Okay, here we are with the Sell a House. No, I'm sorry. We're not selling a house. We are Swiss Gold Global, independent business owner, open business mastermind number 14 on a Thursday, February 5th, 2015. Good afternoon and welcome, everybody. I had such a busy day today that my notes are at the other side of town. But we have been running around working a real estate deal today that involves the courts, and you know how working with the courts and that sort of thing might be. Yeah, pretty slow. There is due process. Everything has to be done just so. Got to make sure all your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. And so, yes, something that normally would a guy would figure might take a couple hours. Well, we got done at I think 2:30 this afternoon. So I think a good subject for today might be systems and outsourcing and leveraging. And what else can you do to have somebody else doing your work for you? Yeah, hiring employees, whatever it takes. Hiring employees, I would consider that a form of leveraging someone else's time, because you are actually, in actuality, you are paying someone else for their time to come into your business and perform duties for you. So, you're paying them for their time, they're giving you their time, and you are paying them for that service. So, yeah, I would say that's leveraging. And systems, obviously, when they come in, you're going to want to have them working in a manner that they're able to accomplish a lot with a little bit of effort. And systems are the best way for that, for you to obtain that out of your employees or your people. And of course, outsourcing. Now, this is where you're going to be paying someone, another company, another organization, another independent business owner, another independent contractor, however you want to put it. But you're going to be paying them as an entity to perform specific services for you. So you can find a lot of, excuse me, you can find a lot of great outsourcing today, online. You have places like, virtual assistants, Odesk, a lot of different places where you can outsource all kinds of different work. I mean, everything from some data entry. We have a virtual assistant works for us from the Philippines that does some data entry work, some data research work for us. All stuff that can be done online, and obviously we can pay her considerably less than what we would pay an American here in the United States to perform the same service. Now, I'm not saying we're cheap, but business is business, and wherever you can preserve a dollar in one location so that you can transform that dollar from some lesser, more menial tasks, so to speak, and you can transfer those dollars over into more productive areas such as sales and marketing, then that's obviously going to be to your benefit. It's going to improve your business, and that's pretty much with any business. That's one kind of a great thing with network marketing, is that all of the menial tasks have pretty much been taken care of. You really don't have to worry about and think about doing any sort of outsourcing or leveraging or a lot of or hiring employees, because in reality, what you're doing in network marketing is you're pretty much sponsoring new business owners. So your job is really to help these business owners learn how to run their business, and they're going to run it by themselves, and they're going to learn how to bring in business owners and teach them how to run their business, which that's what network marketing is all about. Here, Here's a business. Let me teach you how to do it. Oh, okay. This is what I have to do. Hey, here's a business. Let me teach you how to do it. And you just keep teaching the next person how to do the business, and that's how network marketing grows. So leveraging, outsourcing, hiring employees, whatever it is that in your regular business, not network marketing aside, that you have specific things that take up a lot of your time, that don't give you the opportunity to spend enough time in the areas of your business that actually make money, that actually earn money, that actually close sales, that actually turn profit. And a lot of people are a lot of business owners are very, very busy. They're busy, 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 busy all the time. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to make that event. I'm busy. You know, but if you break it down, are they really making sales? Are they really closing business? Are they really turning a profit at 7 o'clock at night when they say they're busy? Or are they really doing something within their business that has to get done, and they don't have a system or an outsource or some other way for that task to be completed, so they have to do it themselves? And so their time gets caught up in all of these menial tasks, all of these unproductive tasks, opposed to being applied where they should be applying them, which is earning the money. If you're a business owner, obviously your number one concern needs to be earning the money. And you need to figure out what your best role is in making that happen. Now, maybe you're not great at sales. Maybe you're not great at marketing. Um, Maybe you're not great at making the sandwiches, whatever it is. Okay, so whatever key piece that you are good at, whatever you are best at, and whatever you really enjoy doing the most, that's the most important key right there. More so even over than what you're good at, what you enjoy doing the most. Now, if you enjoy doing something that you really suck at in your business, you may want to evaluate that a little bit. But if you really enjoy doing something that hey, you're at least pretty good at, then maybe that's where you need to be spending at least a fair amount of your time, so that you're enjoying your business. Because if you're not enjoying your business, then what is it? It's not really a business, is it? It's a freaking job. You have to just you're paying yourself. But it's still, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, I don't see how you can really call that a business. It's really self-employed. It's a job where you pay yourself. So as far as being a business owner, the number one factor that you have to always be considering is, what is it about this that I enjoy? What's the best part of this business that I like doing the most? Is that a productive activity? Is the productive activities that need to be done being done by qualified people? If not by myself, if by qualified people. And if that's the case, you're in pretty good shape. Because if you're doing the parts of the business you like to do, and you've got qualified people handling the other parts of the business that you don't like to do as much, even if they are productive parts of the business, as long as they're qualified people and they're being productive, then you're in a really good position. But if you've got unqualified people in the productive positions, and you're spending most of your time doing tasks that you don't like, you're going to not be enjoying your business very much. You're not going to be becoming very successful in your business. And if that's where you find yourself right now in your business, you need to start categorizing all of the tasks that you enjoy, all of the tasks that you are good at, and all of the tasks that you despise, and all of the tasks that you aren't good at. And start categorizing those, and start figuring out the ways to get the not good and the don't like off your plate by systemizing, leveraging, outsourcing, and hiring employees, whatever it takes. You start doing that in your business, you start freeing up time for yourself. And once you start freeing up time from menial tasks, and you can start applying that to more important tasks, and you can start building upon the areas that are more productive, and how to generate more income, then you're going to be a whole lot happier in your business, because once your business starts making more money and you start getting more time and you're spending more time doing, I mean, do you see the snowball effect I'm talking about here? I mean, I don't think I really need to explain it much more. It's, you just start eliminating the things that are bringing you down through outsourcing, leveraging, systemizing, hiring employees, whatever the case is. Let's start getting those things out of your hair, to where all you have to do is just check on it every once in a while. Make sure it's still doing the things that it's supposed to be doing, that everything is happening the way that it's supposed to be happening. And after a while, you'll find some very qualified people who can do a lot of the checking for you. So you no longer even have to check on that. You just have to check on the person who's checking on it, which gives you more free time, because you got to consider, if it's something that you're putting 20 hours a week into and you get somebody else to do it and you need to check on it, well, you're probably going to need to check on it for a fair amount of time, at least a couple, 2 or 3 hours worth a week, to make sure that something that large is being done, taken care of properly. But once you find another person who is qualified, who can check on that for you, well, now you just have to check on them. Maybe you spend 10 minutes once a month to check on the other end. You're checking on the other guy for 30 minutes a week instead of 3 hours a week. You see where I'm going? More and more time freedom allows you the ability to develop your business, to grow your business, to spend time and effort and money and dollars in the areas where it matters. So systemize. Think about all these things. If you're out there and you got an invite, join in with me. This is an open mastermind. Give me your thoughts on this. What do you think? Are you spending too much time in your business working menial tasks? Are you really spending time where you should be spending time? You know, do you have an idea how to change that, how to turn it around? Hey, there's so much technology and opportunity and different things out there that you can take advantage of nowadays. It's crazy. There's a lot of things that you can do depending on whatever your business is. And if you're sitting out there right now going, well, I got a problem, I spend too much time doing this. Chime in. Bring it up. Let's talk about it. Let's see what you got. This is by the Open Mastermind. You are all welcome to come here, join in. Let's talk. Hey, John, how's it going?
Master's mind right back here.
So, yeah, come on down. Where you at? Click in. Bring an idea, bring a thought, bring a problem. Let's see what we can put our minds together on, and see what sort of solutions or creations we can come up with, because that's really what it's all about, and that's where you really need to be spending your time in your business, is churning out solutions and creating. And the more solutions you can provide, and the more things that you can create, the bigger your business is going to grow. And you get the time to do that through systemizing, through leveraging, through outsourcing, through hiring out, whatever you need to do. Get technology, get people, get tasks that take up your time, that don't produce, off your plate. So that's my thought of the day. Because, and where that thought comes from, is because all that time that I spent in the court today, it didn't make me $1. I mean, it will eventually. It's part of the process that will make me $1. But that actual action, that actual activity, I certainly could have had somebody down there for $10 an hour for the 4 hours or the 5 hours or the 6 hours that it took. I would gladly give up $60 to have that time back, that I could have put in another location that may have turned up another deal, that may have generated another profit, that may have you know, been the next closing that we're going to pull down. So that's where my thought process came from on this whole thing about systemizing and leveraging, is because, yeah, we need to get somebody, get them in here, train them up, take them down to the courthouse, say, this is where you go, this is who you talk to, this is the payment method that you'll use, this is where you sign, these are the things that you need to take upstairs, this is where you go upstairs, this is where you put this stuff, you know. You have to go over here and make copies, you have to get these stamped, just this is the whole process. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that I've done it, now that I've seen what the process is, I can start creating that training, because now I know, okay, from day one, boom, we have to do this. And then we have to make copies, and then we have to do this, and then we have to do that, and then we have to go to the courthouse, and then we have to get this signed, and then we have to take it over there. So I can start working that process. So now as soon as we get somebody in here, I can start training them how to do it. So I can spend maybe a day, maybe a day and a half generally, in all reality, because I would consider that this would probably be a two-time effort, physically going with the person, walking them through it, making sure that they have the steps down, and, providing them with a checklist, of course, that they can easily make sure that they remind themselves, but just to make sure that they have it. So maybe a day and a half of my time. So 2 more times of me doing this, and I would never have to do it again. And I will check on the work, because I'll know what's happening just by seeing, what they've done for the day. So that's how I would check on the work. So all I have to do is at the end of the day, look and go, okay, this all looks good, done, boom. How about this one? Done, boom, looks good. All right, I checked on the work, it's done. I spent a half an hour on it instead of 12 hours on it. And that's where I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, all the systemizing, leveraging, and outsourcing. So now you have to actually do some of these tasks, or have somebody who's already doing them now who can create these training programs for you. That's obviously a big part of it, because you can't just bring in here and say somebody, here, this stuff has to go there and you have to do this and go figure it out, right? Number one, it's probably not going to happen the way you want it to happen. And number two, if for some chance it did turn out happening the way you want it to happen, it's probably going to take 2, 3 times longer than it should. So it's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you quality. It's going to cost you in some way, shape, or form if they're not trained properly. So you do need to understand what it is that you need this person to do. You do need to have a system. So you kind of need to have had done it yourself, so that you can create the program, the training program, and the system with which they will learn, and then you don't have to worry about it anymore. So even though you've got all these things that you don't like doing, and I'm telling you need to get out of them, well, before you get out of them, you need to get into them, because you have to figure out what it takes to get the job done right, so you can create the system that you can then systemize or outsource, or hire someone else to do the job, or leverage someone else to do this for you. So unfortunately, it's not a simple snap your finger quick fix. All I got to do is, hire somebody or outsource this, whatever. You got to create the system first. Once you create the system, then you can outsource it. Then you can hire somebody to do it. Then you can leverage another organization or whatever to take care of this the way you need it taken care of. So creating systems is really the key. That's the core element within your business and within the success of your business. If you're running around doing things haphazardly, if you just take things as they come, if there's not a solution for pretty much every problem that comes along, if you're putting out fires all day long because you don't have an answer for this and you don't have an answer for that, that's where you get caught up, spinning your wheels in your business and not growing your business. So you need to go through these elements of your business, these phases, these areas, whatever you want to break them down into. Work through it yourself. As you're working through it, you need to figure out, okay, step one, this has to take place. Step two, this takes place. Step three, well, if this takes place and you get result A or you get result B, then this takes place, and result B, this takes place. Things like that. And once you have that system together, now there's always going to be variables, and that's why you're still part of your business. That's why you're there. But eliminating, if you have a system that pretty much answers 80 or 90% of the problems and puts out 80 or 90% of the fires all by itself, just through working through the system, and you've only got to put out 10 to 20% of those fires and come up with solutions for 10 to 20% of those unique problems. Again, freedom of time, freedom of money, expansion into the areas where it matters the most. So systems are the key. Working in your business to figure out how to create these systems so that you can train somebody else to do it, or someone else, or you can utilize the technology to replace it, or whatever the case might be. But however it is that it takes the time that it takes for you to do it off your plate and cuts it by at least 80%. Because I'll tell you what, you and this is this is a major problem for a lot of people, because a lot of we're all raised, hey, you got to get out there and do it on your own. Nobody's going to help you. If you don't get it done right, if you don't get it done, it's not going to get done right, and all these kinds of things. And we have this strong mentality. We all have this strong built-in sort of independence that we feel like we have to do it all, and if that's going to get done right, I got to do it myself kind of attitude. And you've got to be able to break loose of that. You need to be able to open your mind and start to consider the fact, you know what? If I can get somebody in here that can do that task 80% as good as I can do it, I don't care that they can't do it 100%. I don't care that, it's not getting done right because it's not being completed. But if it's getting done right to 80% of it, and you know what that 20% is that isn't getting done right, and then all you have to do is work on that 20% to make it right and finalize it, again, time freedom. There went 80% of the time you spend making sure that that gets done right. Now you got somebody that's getting 80% of it done for you, and boom, you step in, bing, bang, boom, snap your fingers, and it's all over. So the systems are the key. The mindset is the key. You got, like I said, you got to break free of the hardcore independent, I have to do it all myself mindset. And that's probably the most difficult part for most people, because we all feel that, we have to have our finger on the pulse of every little aspect of our business. And yeah, you have to have your finger on the pulse of it, but you don't need to be sitting there, doing the chest compressions to make sure that it's flowing at the right pace. So with that in mind, I'm going to cut this off at 30 minutes here. We got a couple minutes to go, but I just want to send out the invitation. I hope you guys got a little bit of exciting information here, some good thought processes that might change the way that you're looking at your business a little bit, because systemizing is the key. And I invite you all to come here next week. We're here every Thursday. Right now we're at 4:30 Mountain Standard Time, USA, but we might be altering this time a little bit. I'm not sure at this point in time. This is the middle of the day, and this is new, and today it didn't really fit in, but hey, we made a commitment to come here and do this, so we came here to do this. So I just don't know if this time slot's going to be permanent, just to let you know. But come join us while we're here. Bring your thoughts and ideas and concept, whatever you want to talk about business-wise. Let's put together a mastermind. You need to figure out how to systemize something. You want to figure out what you can use to automate something. You want to figure out a way how you can outsource something. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about some of the sources available. Let's put our minds together and figure that out for you. That's what this is all about. So with that in mind, I'm going to end this today with the Napoleon Hill prayer that says, "Oh, universe, I ask not for more riches, but for more wisdom through the use of a mastermind to make, I ask not for more riches, but for more wisdom to make better use of the riches given to me at birth, consisting of the power to control and direct my own mind to whatever end I might desire." And that being to open my mind up to letting somebody else do something only 80% as good as I can do it. And that's the first step. That's your biggest breakthrough right there. You figure out that you can let go and you can do that. You have the opportunity to build and grow and start systemizing and freeing up your time and building and growing your business. So with that, everybody, tomorrow, 8 a.m., Swiss Gold Global Free for All Friday, where we talk about mindset, 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And we'll be back here again next Thursday, 4:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for the Open Business Mastermind. Have a great